In tonight's Next Time Try This segment, I want to talk to you about pistons and circlips. It's very, very important you get the circlips into your piston the correct way to hold that wrist pin in there. If you do it incorrectly, it could cause catastrophic damage in your engine. There are different types of pistons, there are different types of circlips. Let's get a closer look with the camera and I'll show you what I'm talking about. The circlips I was talking about, some of them look like this. And they have little curls on the end of them just like that, and they fit into a piston just like this. It's a little old school. Today they don't make them quite like that anymore, but with a regular pair of needle nose pliers, it doesn't take much to get one of these out. There you go. These come out real easy. Now, second type of piston you might have looks like this. And in here, you have a little pocket. The circlip's going to go in there. You can always pry it out with a little awl like this or a little screwdriver, and you can get this type of a circlip out of there. And it's going to go back in the same way. You're going to put it back in there, put that little awl inside that pocket, tilt it over until it's securely in the groove that's inside that piston. The third one can be a lot more difficult. And I'm going to show you what it looks like right here. This is a Yamaha piston, and it doesn't have the pocket on the side, nor does it have the circlip with the little tails on the end that you can grab with a pair of needle nose pliers like this. So I'm going to give you an idea of how you put something in on a piston like this. What you want to do is get that clip down into the groove on one side as closely as you can. You're going to get it down in that piston. You're going to hold it with your thumb on this side. And then carefully with the screwdriver, a little screwdriver like this, you're going to pry it in. You're going to pry it into that groove. And you may have to fiddle around with it just a little bit. Just like that. And if it goes in there a little too deep, it probably won't, because you'll have the wrist pin in there. And it goes in just like that. Now, I've heard people say that the circlip should either be at 12 o'clock, the opening in the circlip should either be at 12 or it should be at 6, because when the piston goes up and down with the compression, it could possibly react to the way that circlip is sitting inside that piston. I've never had a problem like that. I've never really seen a problem like that. But if you want to get it at 12 or you want to get it at 6, that's fine. If it winds up off to the side, I don't think you're going to have a problem with that. So that's how you get them in. That's how you get them out. Be careful. Make sure they're in that groove. You want to make sure they're seated properly. And always keep a clean paper towel or some type of shop rag on your cases when you have the cylinder off. You always want to keep it nice and clean inside the engine cases in the crank area. Also, if you drop one of those clips, you don't want it to drop inside your case.